Okay. Add on.
Look at how accurate this ADSB thing is. That's that cub.
That's that guy?
7.2.
That's pretty serious.
I mean, he's like right there. That's pretty good.
That is really good.
Big deal. I'm going 2-4.
Is that the Stratus?
Yeah, I got what's called like it's called a Merlin.
Okay.
It's like a cheaper version, but yeah. And it works great.
Mansfield partner came to customer on your 1
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November. We are at the Academy going to taxi to the ramp, Mansfield.
Now, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you know Mansfield just heard us?
Well, I heard the Cub.
All right, that's a good answer.
But you could check the squelch and hear the noise.
That, what I'm hinting at is what frequency are we on right now?
Oh, I did not check that.
There you go.
Gotcha. And that's because we didn't look at this yet.
Exactly.
Okay, so we know we're expired, but that doesn't matter because we're VFR.
All right.
And that went up and to the left, so it's reading it, so we should be okay.
2-4.
And we are on 1, 2, 3, so I was talking to the right people.
There you go, good. It's just a good habit to get into to check.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, so...
But it's not wrong to use deductive reasoning, so all these guys are talking at Mansfield, and I must be too.
Yeah. Nobody to the right, nobody to the left.
Crosswind, for runway 24 pilot.
I just want to check that instruments are reading correctly. So,
left crosswind.
airspeed is 0, artificial horizon is level. This is actually reading, altitude is reading just about 122, so I think we're okay. Turn coordinator is level. We'll check our heading indicator to see if it matches. Alright, that should match, and the VSI is at 0, so we're good on instruments. And fuel pump is off. That's all good. Alright. The brakes are set. Check my first item, flight controls. That's up. Flight controls look good. Alright, let's make it rich and we'll switch tanks here. Fuel pump on.
Forward traffic, Warrior 8285 Bravo.
Fuel pump off.
244.
Power to 2000. That we're 3 in the green right now.
Alright.
Vacuum is just below 5, so that's okay. And we're charging on the ammeter, so that looks good. I will go ahead and double tap this so we can check our mags. I'll check the right mag. About a 90 drop. We're allowed 175.
Alright.
Let it even out. That's close enough. We'll go back to the left mag. So it's about 80, so that's a difference of 10, so we're allowed a difference of 50, so we're good there.
Okay.
So I'll bring it back up, let it even out, and then I'll bring the carb heat in, or on. Should get a little drop. a little warm today, so a little drop of 20.
Okay.
So it should be working, and then we'll bring everything to idle, make sure the engine still runs. We're at idle. It's still running. Bring it up to 1,000.
Solar traffic, 85.
And carb heat go off. So I think everything looks good for the run-up in terms of the engine. All that, did all that. I'll turn the fuel pump on in a second so we can do comms and navs here.
Okay.
So, want to use the CTAP for North Central, which is 123.075. So,
Solar traffic, 85 Bravo, turning final 241.
should be good there.
All right.
And then we'll change this guy to the AWAS, which is 120.25. I think if I pull, perfect. I think that should be good.
Yep.
And
traffic, this left base for 14 Mansfield.
I guess we can leave it there for now.
Okay. That's fine. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Mansfield traffic, this final 14 Mansfield.
Then let's get well. And we are going to look for SVs.
Big knob.
Big knob.
There you go. Keep
If I keep going?
Yep.
Okay. There it is. So I'm going to hit enter.
Oh,
Direct to.
Yeah. Then enter.
And then enter.
And then one last time.
And if I want the map right away.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, is this going to be a problem for us? This big green circle?
Yeah, so that's the Charlie airspace of Providence, isn't it?
Yes. So if we're in the pattern, if you look at your iPad for a second,
Yeah.
at North Central, if we're down here, is that going to be a problem for us? Like, say we are, for whatever, or say we are using 2-3 or 3-3 or any of these, is that going to be a problem if we come underneath this?
Clear 14 Mansfield.
If we go underneath this?
Yeah.
Well, if we're below 1300, I guess it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, what's the pattern altitude there?
Well, so the pattern altitude is going to be, I think it's like 1500 because they're 1440
Right.
for the
So
pattern.
about 1500 for DPA, right?
Yeah, so we will be in there.
Right. So now if you look again, I'll give you a little hint. See this line right here?
Yeah. Oh,
Look
that
on
one.
this side.
17.
There you
because
go.
of the traffic.
Exactly. So
Gotcha.
they're leaving us that little bit of wiggle room
I see.
to get underneath that shelf there.
That's what those shelves are for.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense now. All right. Cool.
All right.
Well, I think we'll still take off from 1-4.
Sounds good to me.
All right, and then we're going to do crosswind. I'm gonna stay in the pattern, and
Okay.
we'll figure it out from there.
That's fine with me too.
All right. Anybody behind us? I think we're good.
Nope. That look good.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, taxiing from the ramp to runway 14, Mansfield.
Kind of surprised how quiet the airport is today.
I was too. I was listening while I was at home, and I was noticing how quiet it was. All right, so flaps are down. Let's neutralize our.
Solar traffic, 85 Bravo, turning downwind 244.
And fuel pump should be on. This on out. I want to have my navigation lights on. And I'm going to turn the landing light on right now. And I don't hear anybody, so I think we're ready to go here.
All right.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 14. We'll be staying in the pattern. Mansfield.
So, in the future, try not to say we're staying in the pattern. 'Cause that means we're like coming in for a landing.
Yeah.
Try to say we're going to depart the downwind to the west, for example.
Do a correction on that? Or?
There's no one here to listen to you, so
Okay.
if there was, I would say yes, but
Okay.
there's not, so.
All right.
And then what you can do anyways is when you turn left downwind, you can say you're on the left downwind, climbing to whatever altitude and departing to the west.
Gotcha.
And then they'll know anyway, so.
All right, full power. We have 3 in the green. Airspeed starting to be alive.
All right.
A little more right rudder. And up we go.
Very nice takeoff.
Solar traffic, Warrior 85 Bravo, turning base 24 Plymouth.
Traffic, 7990 is on downwind for runway 24, left close traffic.
Solar traffic, Warrior 85 Bravo, turning final 24 Plymouth.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left for the, turning on the left downwind for runway 14. We're at 1,400 feet, climbing to 2,000, and we'll be departing to the west, Mansfield.
There you go, nicely done. Visibility's actually starting to get a little better. This morning it was, you couldn't even see Boston.
Oh, really?
And yeah. This looks like the clouds are up a little higher too.
Yeah, Plymouth traffic system 9990 is final 24 Plymouth. 85 Bravo is clear of 24 Plymouth.
Now what I might do is throw a little bit of a curveball at you.
Yeah?
In the sense that we might just shoot out for a little bit, and
Okay.
I might do a steep turn or two with you. That's the one maneuver I know we haven't gone over yet.
That's right.
Block Island.
And that's actually a maneuver that's required for you to solo.
We will be entering Canola.
And we actually have somewhat of a horizon today.
Somewhat of one, yeah. Do you want me to keep on this course then?
Yeah, as long as that doesn't mess you up too much.
No, man.
Alright, cool. So what I'll do is kind of have you go this way. We'll see if we can get a little bit more altitude. If the clouds don't permit, that's fine. I mean, technically, if you want to, we can go above the clouds to do them. And then we'll bang like 2 or 3 in, just a couple of practices, and then we'll shoot into North Central.
Okay.
And here's a little trick too that I'll teach you is, you know, say we were going to North Central. This flight happens really quick.
Yeah.
It's only so close. So if you ever want more time, don't be afraid to not go direct there. Like keep it to the west, get the ATIS, come up with a game plan, think of what runway you want to use, and then turn inbound when you're ready. Or, you know, it's a little harder to do with this airport, but what you can also do is, if you're on a cross country, for example, you're unfamiliar with the airport and you're up at like 4,000 or 5,000 feet, stay at that altitude, fly right over the airport, take a look down at it. You'll be able to see traffic in the pattern. You'll be able to see the layout of the runways.
Right. You just got to tell people that that's what you're doing.
Exactly. I'll shut that off for a little while.
That's fair.
Yeah, this looks good here. And we'll just get a little bit further away from Mansfield. We'll do a quick clearing turn or two, make sure we don't see any other traffic or anything, and we'll do a couple of steep turns.
All right.
So the deal with the steep turns is basically you want to do this maneuver as much by visual reference as you can. And if you do it from the beginning like that, it's going to be a lot easier. So we'll use the gauges as a reference for us, for example, to tell if that it really is a 45-degree bank or we're holding our altitude, keeping a constant airspeed. So you want to find a good reference point off the nose that you recognize each time around for us to roll onto. And you can turn to and find a different reference point as well if you don't have a good point off our nose. But basically we're going to roll into a left bank, 45 degrees. As I'm rolling into the bank, what I do is you're going to want to bump the throttle up about 100, 200 RPMs. That's just going to be able to keep that speed up for you while we're coming throughout the turn and provide enough lift for us to hold that nose up on the horizon. When we get back to our original heading, we're just going to roll it level and immediately go right into the opposite turn to the right, 360 degrees back to our heading.
Right.
What we're trying to do is maintain plus or minus 100 feet, plus or minus 10 knots, and roll out on our heading plus or minus 10 degrees while holding our bank angle plus or minus 5 degrees. It sounds like a lot, but if you're looking outside and you're looking for those sight pictures, it's really not that bad. Right. So don't worry about if they're not the prettiest at first, because we're going to be getting your sight picture down. You're going to be learning what all of that looks like. Now, what do you think the practical purpose of us practicing this maneuver is?
Maybe just you didn't turn for base properly, or you don't want to, I don't know, you have to turn quickly for that, or?
It's pretty much two things. One, it's kind of what I call the oh shit maneuver. Like something's coming at you, there's a cub on the downwind that shouldn't be there.
Right. Something
like that. And it's also to show you that you have the ability to control the airplane with its over and under banking tendencies. It's going to want to move on you, and you're going to be trying to hold it straight and stuff. So I'll show you a couple of tricks with them and stuff first, and then I'll have you try them and stuff. And I'm going to have you try it two ways. I'm going to have you try it without trim at first, so you feel the actual pressures that you're fighting against and everything.
Yeah.
And then I'll have you try another one with trim. There's no technical right or wrong way to do it. You can use trim or not use trim if you want to. It's kind of, at that point, it's a technique.
Gotcha.
All right, so why don't we do a couple clearing turns here. We'll turn left to a heading of like 210, for example, and then back to a heading of 300 and make sure we don't see anybody.
All right. Don't see anybody over here, so.
All right.
All right, I want to gain a little more altitude. I lost it while I was turning.
All right. Alright, cool. So, my controls?
Your controls.
My controls. You can stay right on them. I want you to feel what I'm doing. And I'm going to pick a reference point real quick. So we got the city of Woonsocket right here, and I'm going to pick this kind of point off our nose, that town or whatever that's further off straight in front of us, if you can see it. So we're level at 2,500 feet. I'm going to bring the power back to about 2,300 RPMs and let the plane kind of get settled in here before we start the maneuver. So now we're looking around, don't see anyone, we'll get started. So we're going to roll to the left first and then to the right, and I'm going to show you a couple little things with it. So as we step and roll to the left here, I just bump that throttle up a little bit, and if you feel, I'm using a lot more on the rudder pedals for the bank than anything, and just holding this back pressure in. Now, all I'm doing is looking outside and looking for that 45-degree angle, so you'll actually be able to pick a point. You'll see here that my nose is dropping below the horizon. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more back pressure. Don't be afraid to be a little aggressive during this maneuver. And you're just going to pick a point where that horizon passes through the dash that's holding us level for you. And if you hold that same sight picture, we'll keep coming right around nicely. And now we can see there's our point over here, so I'm going to roll it to the right, look to the right, and go right in. I'm going to need a little forward pressure on the stick as I come around from all that extra lift from the power, and then just bring the nose back to the horizon. All we're doing is really looking at where that horizon's passing through the dash, trying to keep the same sight picture. And if you do that, it's going to be a lot easier to do. And like I said, you can see I'm doing this without trim. If I put trim in right now, I can actually just let go and let the plane stay right in this bank for me and just control this with the rudder pedals. We're losing a little altitude, so I need a little bit more. But if you do it right and you trim it right, this plane's going to stay right here. I'm just holding a little bit of rudder pressure in. And then when we come back to our heading here, we're going to just roll it out. And then I'm going to retrim it for level flight and bring the power back down. And that's really about it. It's not too difficult of a maneuver. So your controls.
My controls?
Your controls. I'm going to have you go ahead and give it a shot now. So you can pick a different reference point, or you can use this one if you'd like, whichever works for you.
We'll try this one.
All right.
Worked for you.
Cool. So get it to about 2,300 RPMs, 22, somewhere in that range.
All right, we're about 2,300 now. And we're going to roll into it and just increase the power a bit?
Just a little bit, exactly. So we'll step and roll to the left.
All right.
As we do that, just bump the throttle up a little bit. Good. Now keep that nose right up on the horizon. There. Now keep banking to the left a little. You're at 30 degrees with the yoke. There you go. Now hold that. Now pull back on the stick. Not on. Don't put any more power in. Good. Keep pulling back on the stick. Don't be shy with it. Really pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. There you go. So you can feel all those pressures you're fighting.
Yeah.
Now try to not keep this thing. See how you got your stick banking to the right, but the plane's banking to the left?
Yeah.
So put this back to neutral, and you'll feel it kind of swing back into place for you. And use those rudder pedals. There you go. And just keep a little bit of back pressure in. There you go. Now there's your city. So go ahead and roll out. Go to the right. Good. Keep it coming a little more on the bank, a little more. Keep that nose forward a little. See how it's up above the horizon?
Yep.
There you go. Now right there. Hold that bank. Good. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. A little more on the bank. There you go.
This is really all about the rudder then.
It's a lot of rudder control.
Yeah.
And keep that bank coming. We're still a little right there. Now keep that stick up. There you go. See, this is nice right here. Keep it up a little higher. There you go. This is a nice little pitch right here. There you go. Keep it coming around. A little bit further.
I see it.
And then roll right out facing it. All right, that wasn't bad for your first ones. Not bad at all. So what I'm going to have you do is we'll bring it back to 2,500, let it cruise out, and then we'll do another one. And like I said, when you get into the bank and you get that 45, just give it a swipe or two of the trim and try it that way and see how you like the feel of it. You might like the feel without it better, and that's perfectly fine. But it goes to show you all those pressures and forces that you're fighting on it when it's in that bank.
All right, so we're going to do it again.
All right.
So we're about 2,300 here.
Okay.
That's probably good. So roll in the left.
Yep.
A little power.
Good. Now just take your hand right off the throttle. Now reach up, give it a couple swipes of trim. There you go. Like 1, 2, maybe 3. There you go. Now hold that nose up a little more. Good. Now relax a little.
Okay.
Seem a little tense. The
Oh, yeah.
plane's not going, so relax.
Okay.
Don't be squeezing the seat. Put your hand back up. Just stay nice and relaxed. Now
All right.
pull back on the stick.
Down a bit.
Keep pulling. See, yank this thing up. You ain't gonna hurt it. See that?
Yep.
This plane's only gonna do what you tell it to. And I can tell you seem a little tense just because of the way you're grabbing the seat there. So go ahead. We'll swing it to the right now.
All right, right.
There you go. And look, you're still holding your altitude. You're doing great. So keep that back pressure a little more. A little more, a little more. There you go. This is beautiful.
I like the right one better, I think, for some reason. That's weird. Feels easier.
And some people just get them easier in one way or the other. But look, you're doing beautiful with this. Nice 45-degree bank. All right, that wasn't bad at all. That was really nice, actually. We lost a little bit of altitude, but that's all right. So, nice job with those.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll revisit them again, and I'll be having you practice these and stuff when you're soloing and stuff, but I'll let you get us into North Central now. Like I said, if you want to kick yourself out a little further, that's perfectly fine with me, too, to give yourself more room. All right, turn this back on. If it gets too crazy, I'll put it back.
Okay.
Danielson traffic caravan, left base 13, Danielson.
All right, so we need to head this way. North Central. That might be it right there.
Right, and if you want to redraw this line since it's already in there, just hit direct enter again. Just keep in mind, we're only 7 miles away, so do you think you're going to be able to get the ASOS and pick out a runway and start talking on the radios before we get there?
Might as well give myself some more time to do that.
Right, exactly. So if you want to just like turn off 90 degrees to our right, you can get the ASOS, you can get all that stuff situated, and when you're ready, then you can turn around and come back towards it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
13 Mike, 5.5 miles straight in, runway 24 Plymouth. 1 mile of traffic, copy 212 Papa Delta. We're in a 2.5 mile straight in, runway 10, Plymouth Island.
Yeah, Plymouth traffic 474 is turning on the downwind 24 Plymouth.
Airport traffic, itself is on the upwind 24. We'll be left close traffic with Super Cruise in sight, Plymouth.
All right, so
Caravan short final to 13, Danielson.
and then hit COM 2.
Yep.
Celsius, altimeter 30.
Now, one thing that an examiner is going to like to see you do is when you get these that you're writing it down.
1,900.
I mean, even if you have Foreflight, you can click that scratch pad button if you want. Give it a shot. I like to use the blank one. There's one for the ATIS as well. You can use whichever one you like. And then you can scribble yourself little notes.
0 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition broken 9er. 1,000. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 22 Celsius. Altimeter 3002. Remarks. Density altitude 1,900.
Want to hear the wind?
Central State Airport.
Automated weather observation.
1609er. Zulu. Wind 270 at 06. Visibility 10.
All right.
So I'm going to
Sky
put this at
condition
3.
broken
It's probably about
niner.
actually right. It's 3002, so it doesn't really matter.
27
And
Celsius.
winds are going to be at 270, so 27. So that would probably be 23 is our runway of choice here.
All right. I
Density
like that.
altitude 1,900. North Central State Airport.
Automated weather observation.
1610 Zulu. Wind
So I'm going to go back to COM 1.
Yep.
And let's
And
switch
then if you want to redo it again,
to redo.
the line.
13 Mike, short final 24 Plymouth.
Yeah, direct. Enter.
Perfect. See?
And then let's.
Yep.
That.
I like it. So how are we going to enter the pattern for this?
Yeah, I think what we are going to do is, so we're lining up here right with 1-5.
Okay.
And so 2-3 is coming this way.
Good. Very
So
good.
I guess we could enter the upwind for 2-3.
Okay, I like that.
So so maybe we'll kind of swing around here a little bit and then
All right, I like it.
come and get it. And so maybe I'll give a call and just say that's what we're going to do.
Sounds good.
And it's just north central?
Yep.
Okay. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November. We're about 5 miles to the east, inbound for runway 23. We're going to enter the left upwind for runway 23, North Central.
Almost perfect.
We're to the west.
Yeah, there you go.
Correction, 3-1 November is to the west, North Central.
Perfect, see? And little stuff like that's going to happen all the time, trust me. Like, that's going to happen throughout your whole career.
Right.
It's a common little thing. The important thing is that if you recognize it, you just make the correction over the radio for people. And you'll kind of get more used to it over time of just kind of being able to read these things as to where you are and stuff like that.
Right.
So, nice airport. I like this airport here. They do have parachute jumpers. It doesn't sound like I've heard any. We've only been on the frequency for a little bit, though, so we'll keep an eye or an ear out for them. I'll show you where they land when they come in so you know.
North American Flight Service, transfer 78 Delta Golf.
This is a nice frequency, too. There's not too many airports on this frequency.
That is nice.
And air traffic, Arrow 36 around Mike, about 5 southeast of the field, inbound for a left downwind for 18 Meriden.
North Central traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November. We are 3 miles northwest of the field, entering the left upwind for runway 23, North Central.
Really nice radio calls.
Sanford traffic, Showplan 869 or 86, 3 miles west of the Sanford Airport, 3000 glider release. First effort.
I didn't even hear where he said he was, but I know it wasn't North Central.
North Central. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November. We're on the left upwind for runway 23, North Central.
Nice pattern altitude, nice distance. Nice radio calls, looking good.
Trying, man, I'm trying. I flew here a couple times in the sim this week.
Does it look similar?
Yeah, it does. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November, turning left crosswind for runway 23, North Central. Someone down there.
Looks like he's mowing the grass. Oh, there's another person on the whole short line.
Yeah.
up button, you'll see where the Charlie really is.
Oh yeah.
You can see we got a little bit of room here.
Right. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind for runway 23, North Central.
North Central traffic, in about 10 minutes we're going to start skydiving at the North Central Airport out of 10,000 feet. Use caution, North Central.
There you go.
10 minutes.
So that means they're going to be kind of out and about in here. People.
Yeah, they circle up, and the jumpers, I'll show you where they land in here, but it's only a couple of minutes that they're in the air for. And if you fly a wider pattern or you look out for them, it's perfectly safe to fly around.
Okay. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left base, runway 23, North Central. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning final for runway 23, North Central.
There you go, I like what you're doing. Nicely done. Nice slip. Not bad at all.
Probably get out before this one next time.
Don't rush it. You're fine. Don't ever get too worried about picking a spot for a landing. Unless you're on a really short field. And what we'll do is, this guy might be waiting for you, so you can just keep rolling and we'll get on taxiway Bravo for him.
North Central traffic, Cherokee 3 November, clear of runway 23, taxiing back to 23, North Central.
Cool.
Alright. Flaps are down.
Now if you look, we got a message flashing at us on the GPS, so if you click the message button underneath, you can read it.
North Central traffic, about 5 minutes we're going to go skydiving at the North Central Airport out of 10,000 feet. Use caution at North Central.
Alright, so I can do that.
Alright.
I don't think, I must have not turned the fuel pump off.
Right.
No, I'm going to turn it off now.
Okay.
And everything still is going, so I think we're on.
Cool, and then if you click the message button again, it'll be gone. The reason this one's still here, see how it says set course to 155? This doesn't change anything as far as that magenta line that gets drawn, but it'll get the message to go away if you put the heading in there. See, now it went away.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you get those ones to clear out. So this is where the jumpers are going to, is this orange flag off of our right.
No traffic, Warrior, take the active runway 23 North Central.
So we'll do another lap in the pattern.
Okay.
See if you can come in a little bit lower this time. Now slow down for a second. I want you to take a look at this yellow sign right here on the left.
Noise abatement aircraft departing 23, maintain runway heading for 1.1 miles. So we have to extend a little bit.
Yep.
Our way out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what this plane's doing.
Hello.
Yeah. They were just like completely perpendicular. Yeah, completely perpendicular to the runway for a solid minute over there.
Checking things out for a while. Full pattern, landing, and taxiing.
Yeah.
Full pump back on, mixture pitch.
Alright.
Ready to go.
Now, what I usually tell everyone is if they're staying in the pattern, we'll give them a little bit more time if we are. And if they're departing the area, we can kind of take off a little sooner behind them because we're not going to be catching up to them.
Yeah.
He didn't say what he was doing, so why don't you give him, ask him real quick. Just say, traffic that just departed North Central, are you staying in the pattern?
Traffic that just departed North Central, are you staying in the pattern or departing?
No, we're going to depart straight out North Central.
Have a good flight.
Have a good flight, thanks.
There you go. So
You
you can go ahead and say we're taking off and staying in the pattern.
Alright. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 23. We'll be doing left close traffic. North Central.
Trust me, that happens a lot too.
I don't see anybody coming. Up all our runway here. And full power. Gauges are in the green. Airspeed is alive.
Keep that rudder in there.
Yep.
There you go.
Denver traffic, entering from the southwest, entering left now, 4 minutes.
So we need to just wait till this says 1.1 basically.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Exactly. The thing is, too, this measures distance from the center of the airport. I don't know if they mean 1.1 mile off the departure end of the runway. So you're just going to kind of eyeball it. You know, and it looks like we're about a mile. You can go off that, too, as well. You can go ahead and start your turn.
All right. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left crosswind for runway 23, North Central.
Really don't even know what the noise abatement's for.
Two houses down here, I guess, but...
Yeah, but it's not helping.
Right.
So, I don't know.
That's right, it's putting us on top of them.
Yeah.
North Central traffic in about a minute. We're going to go skydiving at the North Central Airport out at 10,000 feet. Use caution, North Central.
You'll be able to see those skydivers. You'll be on the ground probably by the time they open their parachutes.
North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, turning left downwind for runway 23, North Central.
And what you should hear him say is in a little bit, jumpers away over North Central, and you'll probably hear him tell you how many, like 2 or 3, and then you'll hear him say, okay, now they're on the canopy, meaning they pulled the chute, and usually the guy here is really good, and he gives you position reports on where they are and everything as well. So
Gotcha.
We'll keep an eye out for them. But like I said, by the time they get their chutes open and are coming down to the ground, we should actually already be on the ground. Don't rush for them.
Okay.
You know, if worse comes to worse and we see someone there in the way, we just do a go around and get out of the way for them.
Last week there was someone kind of on the runway as we came in for final.
Yep.
And we talked about, all right, we may have to do a go around. So if we have to go around and they're on the runway, maybe they're not on their radios, so
They sidestep to the
so
right.
we just turn a little bit to the right and take the upwind.
Exactly. Kind of just like, you know, when you were doing your pre-solar written, the overtaking rules. If you're overtaking someone, you pass to the right.
North Central traffic,
Same
use caution out at
concept.
about 10,000 feet. Jumpers away to North Central Airport.
Oh, there you go. The jumpers are coming. Here you go. Do this. See if you can make the runway. Put in a little shorter for them. There. Now look. Relax for a second. Don't squeeze the seat. An examiner's not going to want to see that, to tell you the truth, because that shows that you're a little nervous. But look, get this plane. You're in control of it. You're fine. Relax. It ain't going anywhere on you. Just kind of picture that for 2-3. North Central traffic through November is on a tight left base to final for 2-3, simulated engine out, and we'll keep an eye out for the jumpers. Mansfield, or correction, North Central. See, I told you I'd do it too. How many jumpers you got at North Central?
We just dumped 2 out of 10,000. They'll deploy their chutes coming through about 5. We got actually 2 good chutes now through 5,000.
All right, we'll keep an eye on them. We're on a short final for 2-3 now. Should be out of their way.
Okay, cool. They're probably going to stay on the south and east side of the field anyway. White complex.
All right. Very nice. Now see if you can land it. Keep the nose down. Fly it almost till you're almost right into the ground. Level it out and just hold it off as long as you can. You can bring the flaps in if you'd like. If you want to try a no flap landing, go for it.
No flaps.
I like it. Keep it forward a little more. Now keep it up, 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 up. There you go. See, what you're doing is you're just leveling it out a little bit too high. No, you just got to bring it in that little bit lower. But that wasn't bad at all. Here, I'll slow us down. There you go. Oh, I see both of the jumpers. Straight up above us. Look, you'll be able to see them real quick right here.
Oh yeah, I see him. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, clear of runway 23, taxiing back to 23, North Central.
Have you tried that yet?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
I haven't either, so can't really talk, but I want to.
Yeah, I guess I would. I don't.
Hey, that guy's having fun with it. One guy's coming straight down, the other guy's like doing these 360s.
Yeah. They did a bunch of them at the, they had the Army, the Golden Knights at the air show. They were pretty cool. And they were doing all sorts of weird stuff. And they were like, some of them were tied together and they were like spinning like this. It was so cool.
Can you imagine just practicing that stuff? Like,
that's your job?
Yeah.
North Central traffic, 2 good parachutes maneuvering over the airport through 3,500 feet. Use caution, North Central. traffic, parachutes maneuvering out of 1,000 feet over the field with the jump plane out of 3,000 just north of the field over the reservoir, north central.
Alright, so here's a question for you.
Yes.
Want to open your settings for me for 1 second? Alright. Oh, sorry, on your iPad settings. Go back for a second. We're going to do a little... Not that this would really, scenario would happen. It'd be pretty rare that this would happen, but we're going to scroll down to your Foreflight for a second. Books, Foreflight. And we're going to do...
North central traffic, jump forward, going to fly north to south over the field.
To never, so you can turn it back on later.
North central.
And we're going to turn this to that. We're going to see if you can find your way back to Mansfield.
Alright. Sweet.
So like I said, the odds that the GPS conked out and your iPad conked out at the same time, pretty slim. But I'll give you a real life scenario. I've had the satellites actually lose signal for a while for me before, and, you know, pick up a VOR. And if you leave your iPad anywhere in the sun, they overheat quick in the iPad. So we'll kind of set up that as a scenario and see, you know, now you can go back and use Foreflight. You just won't see yourself moving on the map. That way you still have your sectional chart and stuff if you want. But see if you can find your way back into Mansfield for me.
Alright. That should be fun.
Jumpers are all safely on the ground at north central.
We'll just kind of head to...
So here's a question for you. How are you going to know that we're
Jump
going
was on
to
left
Charlie?
runway 23, north central.
Well, I mean, if we depart on the downwind for 2-3, we'll know that we're clear of that, so that should be fine. And then we can kind of head east a little bit, and we can look for Attleboro maybe, and
Alright, cool.
try and get us close there.
Let's see if we can do it.
Runway 23, north central.
He's on the left something base, I think he said. Yeah, he's right here. We'll wait for him.
Okay. Oh, there he is, I see.
Jim 4 is on a short final, runway 23, north central.
Is this a jump plane?
Yep.
Ah, alright.
If they have bigger people, they'll take the larger planes.
I was going to say, it looks kind of small.
They have a small number of people, so. A lot of them you can see around are like 172s or 182s, and they have doors that fold upwards instead of out.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what they do. They fly up, circle over the airport till they hit 10,000 feet, let the jumpers out, come back down and land, pick up another crew.
Jump 4, clear all runways, north central.
Cool.
Alright, mixture rich, fuel pump is on, and everything else should be set, so we're good to go. North Central traffic, Cherokee 31 November, departing runway 23, will be departing the left downwind to the east, North Central.
Jump 4, keep it spinning. Yeah, okay.
It's spinning. I just kind of load you right back up.
Alright. Again, we've got 3 in the green. Airspeed is alive. Trying to take off better today. There we go.
Yeah, that was nice and smooth.
So that's Providence?
Yep.
Amazing. So weird, like, being from Arizona, like, nothing is close to anything, and then, like, cities are so close here.
Oh, got ya. So how far do you think it is from, like, city to city out in Arizona?
At least 100 miles minimum.
Oh, wow.
For, like, a big city like that.
Yeah.
Like Phoenix to Tucson is about 100 miles.
I mean, Providence and Boston are really your main two.
Yeah.
You're not going to have too much more unless you start going up to like Maine.
Right.
And then as far as like cities go too, I mean, you got like Springfield and Worcester, and that's pretty much it for Massachusetts area.
That, and then you're in a new state too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We don't get that either. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3 November, turning left crosswind for runway 23, North Central.
Good, and then you know if you keep it right at TPA for a little bit, just don't go above 1700.
Right.
That way if we accidentally go a little too far, we're not going to be in the Charlie. So I'd bring it back down a little bit. There you go. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. North Central traffic, Cherokee 3-1 November. We're on the left downwind at 1600 feet, departing to the east. North Central.
Cool. Now don't be afraid to use, like I said, the chart, and if you want to zoom in and see if there's anything that you can use to help you get from here to there and everything, by all means, do whatever you think is right.
Alright. Let's see if I can find the railroad.
The only thing I'd say is try to keep your altitude a little.
Oh. That is important.
There you go.
I can always follow the freeway, I guess, for a bit.
Alright, I like that. That's what we call IFR. I follow roads.
Right.
Sometimes railroad tracks are a little more difficult to spot from the air.
Yeah.
Just because usually you get trees and stuff on both sides and it's a very narrow. Good, now just watch your tack too.
Done that a couple times today.
Because of that high density altitude, the prop wants to just spin fast because there's nothing resisting it.
I noticed it right as we were taking off from Mansfield.
Now, a little trick is, the higher you go, the more you're going to be able to see.
Right.
Because in reality,
traffic 4 taxi, runway 23 via Bravo on the ground.
you don't want to keep it too low too long, because if something like this happens, you really don't have too many options.
Right.
So keep it going. It is nice though, because you get a good view.
It is really nice. This is fun to be lost.
Is it? If you had to take a guess, where do you think we are?
Well, I
North
think
Central traffic report departing
maybe
runway
we're
23 North Central.
came over here, so there's something, that road is going off to the left, so
Alright.
I think we should still be able to connect to another freeway, this right here, so that's where this is right here, I think.
Good.
So I think if we can kind of follow that, we should be able to see it.
Alright.
I'm sure you already see it, but...
Maybe. I'm not saying yes or no.
I know. I guess it should be out here somewhere.
Okay. So give yourself a little more viewing distance. Climb up a little bit. Take a peek. Good. The higher you go, the further you're going to be able to see. One of the other little things we'll do is we'll bump this over. We'll listen to 123, see if there is anyone intact at Mansfield.
But I think that's the double islands of the Norton Reservoir.
Alright.
But could be wrong, but
Check it out.
see. If I am right, then I'll actually want to come over here anyway.
Alright.
That looks like Mansfield right up to the right of the nose there. Cool.
Is 9 miles to the northwest inbound, 1,300.
Plymouth traffic. Left base, 24, Plymouth.
So basically kind of eyeball your distance for me and see if you can make some calls in.
Alright.
Yeah, Plymouth traffic at itself is on the left base, 24, Plymouth. We'll stop.
Mansfield traffic, Turkey 3 on November. We are 5 miles to the southwest, going to enter the left upwind for runway 14, Mansfield.
That island and going over the island, you might want to go in on from the north side, do like a right swirl base over there. Alrighty, thanks.
Yep.
On the west side, sock straight in. Plymouth traffic, left final, 224, full stop. Yeah, Plymouth traffic exit is on final for 24 Plymouth.
Mansfield traffic, Turkey 3 on November, 3 miles to the west, entering the left upwind for runway 14, Mansfield. Probably less than 3 miles, but...
Yeah, this is probably like about a mile and a half. That's alright. That's something you'll get the hang of kind of with more and more time. Getting used to, you know, the sight picture for distances and stuff.
Right.
Sales traffic caravans on a high, left downwind 13, Danielson.
Bird right there.
Calling traffic 3+29 seconds 0. We're currently 1,400 on all left base 49 line full stop. East Grass, Ellington, jumping to Ellington, Utah.
Oh,
Guy rats.
came right by us.
Danielson traffic caravans on the left base 13, Danielson.
Anybody down there, so... Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left crosswind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Woman traffic, crosswind. Caravan final 13, Danielson.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left downwind for runway 14 Mansfield.
Telemetry across the shoreline, Block Island for runway 28 block.
Fuzzy traffic, morning short, final 25, Wesley, full stop.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning left base for runway 14 Mansfield.
Wesley traffic, Great Lakes, left crosswind 25, depart the pattern to the northeast, Wesley.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, turning final runway 14 Mansfield. Do that. I don't know what is wrong with me. Can't do it.
Are you pushing the button at all?
No.
I don't know. I just think you're just not pulling it back far enough. This is a beautiful pattern, nice approach. All right, not bad at all. So I'm going to try to see if I can get you up with Bill one of these next lessons for you.
All right.
Get you to do your pre-solo checkout with him and hopefully get you up here by yourself soon.
I'm excited. Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 3 on November, clear of runway 14, taxiing back to the Academy in Mansfield.
Awesome. Very nice job today.
It's a nice day, though.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And my last 8 flights have just been awesome.
Don't jinx it.
I know, right? There was a weather concerns for me yesterday, whether or not it would be okay today.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that, you know, you get a couple of low little clouds like this and it scares everybody away.
Huh.
Otherwise, it's a beautiful day outside.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally probably the only reason that you don't see a whole bunch of people here right now.
Huh. I mean, you can get up above them and you can see through them, so there's no issue with that, right?
They're pretty few or scattered. They're not even like getting near broken or overcast at all.
Mansfield traffic, Cherokee 31 November, taxiing across 0422 the grass, Mansfield. What's people doing?
I don't think they know. Be interested to see who they are. Yeah, I do that every once in a blue moon, but I have a radio in my hand and announce that I'm walking across the runway.
Right. It seems important to do that.
And the thing is, there's like a little road that goes all the way around it, and there's... I just don't know who they are or what they're doing out here.
Oh.
That's why they've been changing the gate codes. It's because people
Come out here and...
end up on the field where they're not supposed to be.
Alright.
I mean, they could be a badge pilot here and stuff and just walking over to use the FBO or something too.